quiet room in the city of Rome, a man named Paul sat by a small window. Even though he was a prisoner, his heart was full of a magnificent secret. He dipped his wooden pen into dark ink and began to write a letter to his friends in the beautiful city of Ephesus. He wanted them to know that they were chosen by God before the world was even made. He wrote about the mystery, God's wonderful plan to bring everyone together through his Son. Paul called for his trusted friend, Tychicus. "Take this letter to Ephesus," Paul said, handing him the heavy scroll. "Tell them that they are God's special inheritance. They are not just people. They are children of a king, adopted into his family with a love that never ends." Tychicus took the scroll carefully, knowing it held the most precious words he would ever carry. Tychicus set off on a great ship, sailing across the blue sea. As the wind caught the sails, he thought about the words Paul wrote in the second chapter. Paul explained that we were all like withered trees, but God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive again. "It is a gift," Tychicus whispered to the sea spray. "We are God's masterpiece, created to do good things that he planned for us long ago." When Tychicus arrived in Ephesus, he met a kind woman named Lydia. They walked through the city, past the great theater and the white marble columns. Tychicus shared the news. "Paul says the wall is gone." He explained that people who used to be strangers are now one family, no more us and them. Lydia smiled, realizing that everyone is a living stone, being built into a giant holy temple for God. Back in Rome, Paul knelt on the hard floor. He prayed that the Ephesians would understand how wide, how long, how high, and how deep God's love really is. It was a love so big it could fill the whole universe. He wrote that through the church, God's amazing wisdom was being shown to the entire world, and even to the angels in the sky. Tychicus and Lydia sat with other believers, sharing a meal. Tychicus read from the letter, "Walk in a way that shows you belong to God. Be humble and gentle." He told them that God gave everyone different gifts. Some are teachers, some are helpers, so they can all grow up together like a strong, healthy body, with Jesus as the head. As the sun began to set, Tychicus held up a lamp. "Paul says we must not walk in the dark anymore," he told the people. "We are children of light." He explained that they should be careful how they live, using their time wisely and filling their hearts with songs and thankfulness instead of harsh words. Lydia went home and sat with her young son, Timon. She told him about the next part of the letter. "Paul says children should obey their parents because it's the right thing to do," she explained softly. "And parents should be kind to their children, teaching them about God's ways." Timon listened, realizing that love and respect were the glue that held their family together. Finally, Paul looked at the Roman soldier guarding his door. He saw the soldier's shiny helmet and heavy shield. An idea sparked. He wrote to the Ephesians, "Be strong in the Lord. Put on God's armor." He described the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, and the shield of faith that stops the fiery arrows of the enemy. Tychicus finished reading the letter to the happy crowd. "Grace be with all who love our Lord Jesus Christ," he concluded. Lydia and the others cheered. They knew that with God's armor and his great love they could stand firm. The letter from a small room in Rome had changed their lives forever, turning them into a brave family of light.